Hey folks, Darren Hartwell here to start your weekend off right, pun intended, with my top fantasy football starts and sits for Week 8. Let's get right into it. At quarterback, I'm firing up friend of the program, Andy Dalton. The Bengals QB has struggled in back-to-back weeks, but has an awesome opportunity to bounce back against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are allowing the most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks this season and just lost starting linebacker Quan Alexander to torn ACL. If you're looking for a running back to start, I'd recommend Marlon Mack of the Colts. Mack went off for 126 rushing yards and a touchdown in Week 7, and he looks like he's finally at full strength. The matchup is also solid against the Raiders' run defense that ranks 27th in the NFL. My final start for Week 8 is Broncos receiver Demaryius Thomas. He's been pretty inconsistent, but my theory is that those recent trade rumors light a spark under him this Sunday. At the very least, he's plenty of targets and a potential shootout with Kansas City. And now for three guys I hate. In fantasy, anyway. I'm keeping Eagles QB Carson Wentz on the bench this week for his London matchup with the Jaguars. Jacksonville's defense may not be as fierce as advertised, but it's still allowing the third fewest fantasy points to opposing QBs, so Wentz is just too risky of a play here. Speaking of risky plays, running back Alex Collins has been a disappointing fantasy back this season. He's still splitting touches in that Ravens backfield with Buck Allen, so I see no reason to play him on the road against a tough Panthers run defense. The last guy on my sit list is Niners receiver Marquise Goodwin. A lot of folks got excited by Goodwin's 126 yards and 2 touchdowns in Week 6, but that was on just 4 catches, and he actually hasn't caught more than 4 passes in any game this season. The Cardinals also have been pretty decent against opposing wideouts, so I'm leaning bust on the boom or bust scale for Goodwin.